Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Some hours ago, the presidency or AGF Malami was actually saying that the issue of state of emergency, declaration of state of emergency in Anambra State may not be ruled out, meaning that if they check all options and that's the only option to ensure that there will be election come the 9th of November 2021, then sure it is, they will consider it. But as we speak, right now, Uncle had to, call the AGF out, call the presidency out, that if the likes of Bruno has been up and on with the issue of insurgency and they have not called a state of emergency on areas that have been so tense, why should it be now southeastern zone that they are calling for other issues? And of course, the Ndigbo, the prominent politicians, are beginning to talk. Even the cultural group Ohaneze Ndigbo, for the first time, is really hampering a lot of issues. Don't forget that lives here matter. All lives are involved here. Before going to the newspaper to find out what even political elites are advising the president to do, and of course, Ohaneze Ndigbo, for the first time, is lending very strong voice into the matter. I'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. We're going to combine this news into one, and very quickly, let's start with what Ohaneze Ndigbo said. Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide laments on the ineptitude of the Southeast political leaders to show bravery, heroism, and political will to voice the truth to President Muhammadu Buhari on where he is not getting it right in the Southeast. Remains the adversities and calamitous impediments that had befallen the Ndigbos. Ndigbos are cognizant of the fact that Abuja holds the remote controls of most actions of the Southeast politicians. Most of the Southeast governors are reluctant to make sacrifices for the Southeast. They are inclined to trade off the Igbo's interest for Abuja and enticement and inducement in compensation for doing Abuja's bidding and interest in the Southeast. We must caution Igbo politicians of the dangers and pitfalls of calamity ahead. The approaching 1 month sit-at-home are typhoons and hurricanes that might sweep out some political office holders from their offices if care is not taken. The adoption of cosmetic approaches by governors to impending civil disobedience and chaos that looms in the Southeast is tragic. The double standard exhibited by Southeast governors and leaders gave non-state actors the legitimate advantage to press for upcoming 1 month sit-at-home order if FG declines to arrange IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu in court. The negligence of the recent security meetings of Southeast governors and Igbo leaders to openly address the fundamental errors and wrongdoing of FG and demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu shows that there is an ace up their sleeves. The first step in restoring peace in the Southeast is to redeem the lost confidence of Ndigbo against Southeast governors. The continuous observation of sit-at-home, even when all the efforts to stop it from both ways, that's IPOB and governors, reflect that Igbo is in solidarity with IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu over his incarceration by FG. The continued apathy of Southeast political leaders to tell President Buhari to arrange Nnamdi Kanu gave hoodlums and perpetrators of the ongoing criminal activities the upper hand to wreak havoc in the Southeast. The classified endorsement of Operation Golden Dawn by Southeast political office holders to restore peace and security in the Southeast is an acknowledgement of leadership failure and loss of loyalty of the Southeast people to the constituted authorities. This is very serious. So we are worried about the forthcoming 1 month sit-at-home. The Afghanistan and Syria episodes of revolutionary actions are coming to the Southeast. Ndigbo will never accept these scenarios where the will be the collapse. Okay, that will be the collapse of the socio-economic and academic activities in the Southeast. It is mandatory for federal government on moral grounds should arrange Nnamdi Kanu before Abuja High Court to avert the approaching disaster and chaos that looms in Southeast. Ohaneze Ndigbo calls for a ceasefire of the violence in Southeast and warned the perpetrators to vacate from the Southeast instantly, as he cautioned the federal government of the consequences of failure to comply with the law to arrange Nnamdi Kanu on the 21st October 2021. And this is just some days from now. For the first time, Ohaneze Ndigbo just hit the nail on the head. Bim, bim. See, when things happen, and instead of saying it the way it is, and you're dancing to the gallery, a time will come, propaganda will not work. They said I will sit at on Mondays. What did they not do to cajole people to come out? They encourage them, they cajole them, they force them. In fact, they even threaten that they will sack people who don't come to work. They threaten that they will lock up shops forever. They will lose their shops, they will lose their businesses. They still didn't come out. They later promised, okay, there will be patrol team of security men moving in every walking distances or junctions. They still didn't come out. They still did not come out for the first Mondays, Ghost Mondays, and Sit at Home Mondays. They said, okay, when President Muhammadu Buhari will be coming to Imo State, they said again, sit at home. They said, no, that's not that. What to say you should sit at home? This one is the president coming in. To the amazement of many. Yes, nothing happened, but the streets of Owerri was almost deserted. The only people that made it happen was actually APC members, warlords, chieftains that came around. If not, it would have been probably the aides to the governor and the governor himself that would have made it. That's to tell you that bit by bit, is beginning to get cleared that they actually have two authorities in Southeast. The one that the people obey and the constituted authority. Whether it is by force or by choice, the basic uncontested truth is the fact that there are two authorities in the Southeast. And except the governors they need to leave their comfort zone. They need to start wearing their thinking cap. You don't use the last resort for the first result. What you should have used as the last resort, your last option, and use it as the first option. If you use it as the first option, it's over. They will tell you, pata pata, shebi now, you will still bring militarization. You have already brought it, so what again can we be scared of? Now that shouldn't be what people should be thinking right now, because if they do that, you have used your last card. What other card again? Which one again is your joker? You don't have anyone. So the best thing to do, right? This is brothers against brothers, and somehow the squabbles that is going on, external bodies are now coming in to make it even worse. So I think this is the time to call stakeholders. Forget this whole thing of APC, PDP. If you bear that name, if you see them as your brothers, call them. So what is the challenge? They have made it very open. Their laws and their demands are quite simple: arrange or free. Why not look into this matter so that you avoid problems and stories that touch?